Okay, so right now our guy falls really slow, and we have this jump issue going on where he just keeps jumping, like super jump, and then he falls. Okay? And he falls nice and slow and fast. If I keep hitting this, he'll keep jumping up, and it will just keep going up, up, up. Alright, so we've got to solve that and make him fall at a decently fast rate. A couple things could be going on with his fall at a fast rate. Why don't we try to tackle the jump upon jump thing going on. We'll go to our animator here, and we'll see what's going on here with this jump. Kind of look through the settings, see if there's anything going on here. So can transition to self is not turned on. And this here. Okay. Let's go to our code. Got this block of code for jump. We'll go ahead and mark that off. Save it. Oh, well, for one thing, we'll want to transform dot translate 0, 0, 0, just like that. Okay. That should solve our problem there. Go back to the game and press play. Now when we jump, we keep holding it down. We're still going up, 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 so it's not fixing it. We definitely need an exit time on this. Let's turn on has exit time. And hit play. Okay, so now he just floats. Doesn't even go into the animation. Alright, so what's going on here? Get rid of fixed duration. Get rid of exit time. Okay, so this character, the jump is not going to be fixed until we do a little bit more coding. We're going to have to set up in code, check to see whether or not the player is on the ground or not. And then we'll be able to fix his jump and make it perfect. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we need to select our ground. In this case, this right here. And see up here where in the inspector where it says tag? Right now it's untagged. We're going to go and add a tag. Hit this plus button. I'm going to call it ground. Then we're going to save. Now we're going to go and do a lot of coding, so prepare yourselves. It's going to get codelicious, whatever that means. We're going to go right here to where we declare variables, and we're going to create a private. That just means it's not public and it's not accessible in Unity Inspector. Bool for Boolean, and we're going to call it isGrounded. Alright, and then down here in start, we're going to give it a value of true because he starts out on the ground. IsGrounded equals true. Alright, now we need to write a function outside of update. So we're going to create a function. It's going to be a void function. It doesn't return anything. And we're going to call it, and we're going to use a function that's already been created in the, it's part of Unity. So it's called onCollision enter. And this function returns a collision object as well as something else that it collides with. Alright? I don't expect that to all make sense, but just follow this code and I promise it'll work. As much as I hated hearing that, I want everything explained, but some things are better left for when you're more familiar with coding. So we'll move on. If other, so in this case, this collision object is going to be at the floor, and this other is going to be our character. So if other dot game object dot compare tag ground. So if it is the ground tag, which in this case it'll be the floor, if it is, then we're going to set is grounded to true. All right. Now we need to set it false, but where would we set it to false at? How about after we hit the jump key? So right here in jump, if we're jumping, then we probably should set is grounded to false. All right. So we're almost there. Now we need to test and see if any of this is working. And we'll do that down here in update. We're not going to use it to actually animate the character just yet. We're just going to test our code and make sure it's working. So we're going to do a little if statement here. If is grounded is equal to true, then I want to debug.log grounded. Okay? Else, I'm going to want to debug.log let's just say flying, because he's flying through the air like Naruto, or is that bird Kage? I don't know. All right, let's go back and test this. Hopefully we can press play here and we won't have any errors, but that's not the case. So unityengine.debug. Okay, so what happened here is in my code, for some reason this using system.diagnostics keeps popping on, and I'm not sure why. If I just delete that and save, we go back to the game, press play, and those compiler errors will disappear. And what we should get is that we're grounded, 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 and when I hit spacebar, right there, we're flying. So I hit spacebar, and it says flying, 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 flying. I'll let it go. We hit the ground, and it stays flying, even though I hit the ground again. So is my code wrong? No, actually, we just forgot to select this plane here. Let's get out of plane mode. If we select this plane here, untagged, we need to call it ground. We need to give it the tag ground. Otherwise, it's not going to work because our code explicitly expects to hit the ground, right? So when we hit play now, we're going to find that it's all working, hunky-dory. We press spacebar, we're flying, we hit the ground, and boom, changed us to grounded. So now our code's working, and our character's looking hot as a firecracker. We're getting there. Next, we're going to use this code. Instead of just debugging.log to the console here, we'll actually use it to change animation states. I'll see you in the next video.